To tell you about this song I wrote back in probably 2009 or so, but called Against All Odds. And the whole song really just talks about when we go through those difficult things in life, it asks the question, are you going to keep pressing on against all odds, no matter what it takes?
Will you fight against all odds?
And in verse 1 it says the words, even when you find you're not enough. Sometimes we need help, and sometimes we don't have all the tools we need or all of the answers, but there is someone who has those. And in verse 2 it references my salvation testimony, that I was so lonely when I was 15 and I thought I was alone in the world, and then I found out that I didn't have to be, because Jesus promises in Matthew 28:20 that he'll always be with us.
I was alone, I thought.
And people who have a testimony, we should all have a short version and a long version, and my long version includes just seeing all the ways throughout my life from 0 to 15 where the Lord was drawing me to him and calling me to him. And one of those stories was, I didn't grow up in a Christian home. I mean, we celebrated Christmas, but we didn't go to church regularly or ever talk about Jesus or ever pray together. But my grandmother was a devout Catholic, and when we would stay over at her house, there was this children's book of Bible stories. And almost every time I stayed there, I would look at it, get bored at some point, and be like, well, let me look at this book. Even when I was old enough that it was like too young for me, I would still read those stories. And that was all I knew of the Bible until I became a Christian when I was 15.
Looking back, I find trace of you.
And so that line, I find trace of you, is just talking kind of like those cop shows where they find trace evidence and hairs and fibers and stuff like that. I was finding trace evidence of the Lord throughout my life from a young age that was drawing me to him and finally brought me to the place where I could accept him when I was 15. And I think if we all take a moment to sit back and look at that, we can see those stories in our own lives. And the bridge, beside the fact that I just love the effect that Jesse Sprinkle put on the voice there, I was like, can we sound like I'm like singing into a megaphone or a tin can or something? And he's like, I know what you're looking for. And so that was a lot of fun. But it says, put off your best clothes, clean your face. That's really just referencing, like, just be who you are, be who you truly are. A lot of times we put things on ourselves, like, I have to be this way. But I just really wanted to be who I was before the Lord. In some churches, they'll talk about come as you are. You don't need to dress the right way or look the right way to come to Jesus. And that's really what I was referencing there. So the you're fooling no one, I mean, we are able to fool some people, but it's really referencing how the Lord sees our hearts. He knows what's even the thoughts in our minds. And so we can't hide from him. In Genesis, when God says, Adam, where are you? It's not because he doesn't know where Adam is. He's giving Adam a chance to reveal himself. And so that, I think the Lord does that for all of us. He knows exactly what you're doing when you're putting on a show, when you're putting on the right face. Just the fact that the Lord sees us. He truly sees us. He's the only one that truly sees us. He sees us better than we can see ourselves. Depend on someone else, and that's referencing the Lord. Depend on Jesus. Whatever you're going through, you can depend on him. Doesn't mean the circumstances are going to change. I mean, I've prayed prayers like that before where I thought, if I pray this prayer, then the circumstance will change. And sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. We really can't control other people and their choices, especially. And so if you're in a situation where you're praying about something, I want to encourage you to pray in faith that that thing can change. But sometimes the thing that changes is just our perspective and and our heart in the process and not the actual circumstance itself. And that's what growth looks like.
You will fight against all odds.
Ultimately, that last chorus is talking about you will fight against all odds. Because when you know that the Lord hears you and is with you, that gives you the strength to keep on going and to keep fighting. So please take a listen to this song on my Spotify account. The link will be below. I'll also link the YouTube audio. Thanks so much. Have a great day. And I encourage you to keep fighting against all odds. We can do this.